Hello and welcome to Midday Update with me, Antra Bose. Coming up are the headlines for the day. Team Novo Nordisk, the only all-diabetes professional cycling team, makes first appearance at the Tour of Oman 2022. No more ministry stamping of PCR test report in Oman. Oman's health center succeeds in emergency childbirth. Ukraine crisis. We don't want war in Europe, Putin says in talks with Scholz. Taliban delegates meet EU envoys in Doha. Trucker blockade at Canada-US border expected to end on Wednesday. Premier League, Ronaldo and Fernandes lift Manchester United into top 4. Beijing Winter Olympics 2022. Germany enjoys a historic clean sweep in bobsleigh. Those are the headlines. We'll take a short commercial break and we'll be back with the COVID-19 updates and the local stories for the day. Stay tuned.
Oman's largest online supermarket now has no minimum order limit. From grocery to household items, Rafiq has everything that you want. Enjoy worry-free shopping with over 8,000 products to choose from and get it delivered straight to your doorstep. Rafiq, you order, we deliver.
We at TTV are coming up with a new show. In which we'll be discussing about retail, hospitality, aviation, education, and various other sectors so that you keep abreast of all the latest updates in the country. So let's talk every Monday at 8 p.m.
Welcome back to Midday Update. Now for the COVID-19 news for the day. 5 new COVID-19 related deaths have been registered in the Sultanate, taking the total death toll because of COVID-19 to 4,221. In addition, as many as 1,430 new cases of coronavirus were registered, which brings the total number of positive COVID-19 cases to 370,620. And now for the local stories. The Novo Nordisk team, consisting of diabetic and professional cyclists, joined Tour of Oman 2022, which was hosted by the Sultanate in collaboration with the national team of Oman UCI. Hundreds of professional cyclists from around the world participated in the tour. Commenting on the participation, Dr. Noor Al-Basaidi, Director of National Diabetes and Endocrinology Center in Oman, said, "Living with diabetes, as challenging as it may be, still has a very bright side." Team Novo Nordisk, which consists of 7 professional cyclists who are affected by type 1 diabetes mellitus, was seen competing in the Tour of Oman. It clearly demonstrates a model on how youth living with diabetes can optimize their lives and well-being and be in good control of their condition. Nevertheless, such achievements would not have been possible without the support from governments, private enterprises, and society. Each partner contributed to this achievement and success. As President of Oman Diabetes Association and a healthcare provider, I would like to call on our strategic partner, the Ministry of Health, and all other local stakeholders to continue to work together to enhance care and support Omanis living with diabetes, especially children and youth. From what we see, I have a strong belief that a day will come when we will have a diabetic champion from the Sultanate of Oman. That was a statement from Dr. Noor Al-Basaidi. TTV was of course there to cover the event yesterday. Let's take a look. Welcome to TTV. It's a beautiful sunny afternoon and we are here at Matra Cornish, where the world's first all-diabetes professional cycling team, Novo Nordisk, is going to be participating in Tour of Oman 2022 to drive change in the diabetes sector. Coming up, we have an exclusive interview with Dr. Noor Al-Basaidi, head of NDEC, and we'll also be talking to all the participants.
prevalence of diabetes in Oman, it's between 11 and 12%, and the most diabetes is a lifestyle disease, so the combination of unhealthy diet, lack of physical activity, stress, genetic factor, all of it has contributed to the high prevalence of diabetes in Oman. This is a very strong message to our diabetic patient and to our healthy also youth, that if you put your effort in something, there is no limit. So for our diabetes, they can control diabetes and they can contribute and be a champion and exceed in their life.
I think our message is very important, and it's nice to show what is possible to do, and yeah, driving change in diabetes. I think it's a nice message, and just do sport. It's very important for diabetes.
What can I say? I think my message is, as Filippo just said, just don't give up. You know, diabetes is one thing in life, but we can have a total normal life by exercising, having a healthy lifestyle, and just be happy and keep morale high. Have a nice person around you to support you in the difficult moment. We also have difficult moments, but by not giving up, we can make good things, and we can have a life like any other person without diabetes.
Now back to the local stories. The printing of COVID-19 negative PCR results travel forms has been stopped, the Ministry of Health said. The ministry confirmed to Times of Oman that COVID-19 PCR negative test result forms have been stopped from being printed for travelers, and it has cancelled the attestation fee, which was Omani Riyal 5. PCR test results with QR code will be enough. Results may be registered in the Tarasood app. The medical staff at Al Nahda Health Center succeeded in an emergency childbirth for an Omani woman who was suffering from severe labor pain in Muscat Governorate. The medical staff at Al Nahda Health Center in Al Amirat managed to help an Omani woman who came to the center with severe labor pains. The staff succeeded in delivering the baby and providing the necessary support and assistance to the woman and the newborn, as well as conducting medical examinations and checking their health, the Directorate General of Health Services in Muscat Governorate said in a statement. Those were our local stories. We'll take a short break and we'll be back with the international news and sports news. Stay tuned.
Oman's largest online supermarket now has no minimum order limit. From grocery to household items, Rafiq has everything that you want. Enjoy worry-free shopping with over 8,000 products to choose from and get it delivered straight to your doorstep. Rafiq, you order, we deliver.
We at TTV are coming up with a new show. In which we'll be discussing about retail, hospitality, aviation, education, and various other sectors, so that you keep abreast of all the latest updates in the country. So let's talk every Monday at 8 p.m.
Welcome back to Midday Update. Now for the international stories. Olaf Scholz made his inaugural visit as German Chancellor to Moscow on Tuesday to meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin, with the ongoing crisis at the Russian-Ukrainian border dominating the agenda. Scholz arrived in Moscow after a trip to Kyiv on Monday, where he met with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky to strengthen Berlin's support in the face of Russian aggression. The most important thing is that we manage relations between countries through good discussions with each other, Scholz said as he met Putin, adding he was glad the two leaders were able to meet face to face. Scholz added that high-level dialogue between Russian and Germany's European partners is essential to achieving stability moving forward. Putin added that Germany is one of Russia's most important partners and said it intended to cooperate further with Berlin. He emphasized the role of economic ties between the two, with Germany being Russia's second biggest trade partner after China. Scholz said the buildup of troops at the Ukrainian border can be seen as a threat, but he also said, "We now hear that more troops are being withdrawn. This is a positive signal and we hope more will follow." Putin also said that Russia does not want war. The Russian president then referred to Scholz's earlier comment that people of this generation find it hard to imagine war in Europe. Taliban delegates on Tuesday held talks with European Union's representatives in Doha. According to the statement released by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Taliban delegates reassured the EU envoys that the new ruling government of Afghanistan is committed to upholding the legitimate rights of the society. The participants shared their plans, recommendations, and information on the humanitarian and health situation, the educational process, and the needs of Afghanistan. The EU representatives called the current educational process in Afghanistan and its progress promising and reminded of allocation of $11 million in this sector, saying that given the situation, we want to increase humanitarian, educational and health assistance in Afghanistan. That's what the statement added. The Taliban delegation called on the European Union to relaunch the suspended education process and to cooperate in the field of internet services for Afghan students to have access to online courses. Responding to the EU's representatives' concerns, the Taliban also reassured them that they were committed to the legitimate rights of the society and professional staff was being recruited. Mistreatment of officials from previous administration was toxic propaganda, and that experiencing the conditions, Afghans living abroad are returning home where their skills are utilized for the development of the country. The ongoing truckers' blockades and protests against the COVID-19 pandemic restrictions at the Manitoba-US border are expected to end on Wednesday, according to the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. RCMP Manitoba is confident that the protesters will leave the area soon and full access to border crossing will be restored. We are now confident that a resolution has been reached and that demonstrators will soon be leaving the area and that full access to the Emerson port of entry will be restored, Chief Superintendent Rob Hill with the Manitoba RCMP said in a news release on Tuesday afternoon. Protesters have largely dictated who comes and goes at the Highway 75 border crossing in Emerson, Manitoba since moving in Thursday last week, though they have been allowing for emergency vehicles according to RCMP. And now for the sports stories. Second half goals from Cristiano Ronaldo and Bruno Fernandes gave Manchester United a 2-0 win over 10-man Brighton and Hove Albion that took the Red Devils up to 4th in the Premier League table on Tuesday night. Manchester United needed goalkeeper David Haya to be in top form during the first half at Old Trafford as he made a pair of fine saves to deny Jakub Moder. Ronaldo broke the deadlock in the 51st minute, scoring for the first time in 6 Premier League matches as he collected an interception by Scott McTominay and fired clinically into the bottom right corner. Things got worse for Brighton just 3 minutes later when captain Lewis Dunk was sent off after his foul on Anthony Langa was upgraded from a yellow card to a red following a VAR review. Ronaldo and Fernandes missed big chances to double the lead and were nearly punished as Moder hit the crossbar with a long-range strike at the other end. But Fernandes made sure of the points deep into stoppage time, running clean through and fooling Sanchez with a clever dummy before finishing into the empty net. Manchester United now have 43 points, 10 more than Brighton, who stay 9th. Germany swept the medals in the two-man bobsleigh as Francesco Friedrich successfully defended his title. Elsewhere, Germany's ice hockey team failed to replicate the success of 2018 as they were dumped out by Slovakia. Friedrich and Marges led a German 1-2-3 in the two-man bob, with the four-man providing another chance for gold. Francesco Friedrich retained his Olympic two-man bobsleigh crown with a storming display of piloting on Tuesday as Germany won gold, silver and bronze in Beijing, the first time a single nation has swept all the medals in a bobsleigh event at the Winter Olympics. He said he was proud that Germany dominated the podium at the Yanqing National Sliding Center. Those are local, international and sports news for today. For more updates, stay tuned and keep watching TTV.
You've just heard the live feed from the TTV studios on TFM 95.4. Let's talk.